Welcome, Transformer fans. My name is Composite Enerjoe, and today's review is on the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Voyager class Springer. And since it's Springer we're talking about, here we have him in one of his alt modes. Since he's a triple changer, he has two separate alt modes besides his robot mode. So we have in his one of them, which is his helicopter mode. Yes, his Cybertronian helicopter mode. Hold on, let me just take this off. Just pop that off. And tell me, does this right here still look like a helicopter? Yeah, I'm sorry. I consider this to be his weakest of his two alt modes. The other one being his car mode, since that's what Springer's known for, his car, helicopter, robot. But yeah, if you haven't figured it out, I don't really particularly like this alt mode. I like the use of his accessories, since all five of his accessories are being used quite well here. But yeah, the only thing I can really say about it is that it is show accurate, since this figure is based off of his Generation 1 design. And all things considered, this is fairly show accurate. I don't like it, but still, I like that it's accurate. I don't like the overall design. I'm not a fan of it. His actual car mode I do like a little bit more. And as you can tell, this little piece here does freely rotate in either direction, which has a very nice spin to it. And yeah, if you look at it head on, I guess at an angle, at this angle it does look very helicopter-y. But again, if you just pop this off, it just looks like a three-wheeled car. And you know what makes it worse is that he does roll quite well in this mode too. So it's pretty funny. It's kind of fun just, you know, having him spin. But yeah, nice bits of details all around. Great use of the accessories. And yeah, I wanted to do this mode first since this is the one I like the least. So let me take off his accessories and get him ready for transformation into his car mode. And into the car mode it has few... There we go, pop it off. So yeah, here are his accessories. I'm just pop these off. He comes with all five of these, two blasters, two swords, and this rotor, which holds the other accessories. I'll put this off to the side. Now, one thing I will say is that in his chopper mode, it I find has the best use of his accessories, since again, the blade rotor is what makes it a helicopter. Because right now, it just doesn't look like one. I'm going to stop saying that. Now, time to transformation. So yeah, this is how you get him into his car mode, which does look, at least for me, I personally like more than this mode. So yeah, first things first, you pop this up. There we go. Pop it up, and then bring these pieces out. And then let's get the legs out of the way first. So fold these out. Separate this whole assembly. Rotate this like so. Like so. No, like this. Rotate like this. And then make sure that this folds in. Like so. Like so. Oh, then bring these down. Okay. Have it be like this. So the legs, so this has to be like this. The waist piece has to be like this. And then, I'll not rotate. Then you come to his, well, these are, as you can tell, these are his robot mode legs, but to get him into his vehicle mode. So, make sure that these pieces are still out. Fold in. Fold this out. So fold this piece out, make sure this is in, fold this in, like so. And then, as you can tell, there's a Springer's face right there. I believe the waist doesn't change yet. So now you just fold this out. And... there's a step missing here. Oh, there we go. Fold. Oh, crud. Yeah, for some reason on mine, these pins keep falling out. This is how it holds his feet. So be very careful on your copy of the figure. So yeah. Come on. There we go. There we go. It's like this, and then you feed this into here. into there, on into there. As you can tell, there's like little notches here for this piece. There we go. So second verse, same as the first. Rotate. And then feed it in. And then we have his lower half. And then you just press them together. And then bring this down. And make sure it all tabs. It will, if you line it up properly, it'll all tab into place. And that's it. Then for this part, you just clearance. Then you just adjust this forward. Hold on, make sure this piece is fine. Oh, before that, pop this open. Push it in, fold this in, and then bring this back down. On this side, this is to hide these little, what I'm supposing are little wings. And then lift up, fold, rotate, push in. Pops out, so push in, fold, and then put it back. And then with these pieces lowered as far as you can make them, you then fold this forward. Fold these pieces forward. And then, since you have to be sticking up, you have to make sure that this peg, it's a good way to sort of line this up, is have this peg line up to this port. Like so. Like so. Push them in, and there we have it. I do like that the that it's fairly simple to get in between car and helicopter mode. I do like how few steps that takes. I really like that. And here is his Cybertronian car mode, and I really like this. I really like this this design for his car mode, and it does roll quite well. All wheels work. This one seems to be a little stiff. Yeah, I really dig it. Like, I'm really digging this vehicle mode. And now for the accessories. In the chopper mode, it was easier to sort of find the balance for it. Here, it's a little more complicated. Honestly, you can really port this in any way you want. The combination that I think is recommended, whoops, is not really my favorite, but one that they recommend is that you just combine these together. And then you peg it like this, and then you pop it here. And this is how it has it in the instructions. Something like this. But the problem is that because this is the rotor, this just freely rotates, which doesn't look right. So what I do, instead is just peg this here. There we go. Oops. Peg this here. That looks a little better. And then this you just sort of peg in another area like so. In another spot. I think that looks a little better. Another way that I prefer in terms of the combination is having this here, pegging these here. So you have the main cannon, the swords, and then this you just peg here. And there. And here's like another alternate version. I think so far this is my favorite configuration of the accessories to the vehicle mode. And I do like all of the options that you have with this, since all of these pegs can pretty much go in any of these ports. So let me take this off, put it to the side. I've separated them off camera. And yeah, so that's his car mode. Very cool. So now let's get him into his robot mode, which I believe from the car mode is less steps than from the helicopter mode. Just letting you know there. So to get him to his robot mode, you have to lift this up. We'll do the legs, which is the easiest part. Fold down, separate, fold, fold, and then before that, make sure it pops up to fold. You have to fold out to fold that in, and then put it back together to get together. So fold that in. There you go. There you go. And those are his legs. See, ready to go. Now for the torso, it's a little more complicated. Same as always, separate down, separate down. And then for this part, it's a little tricky. You do have to, so always, fell out again. Yeah, be careful with these pins. They're very loose, at least on mine. There we go, there we go. Let me just poke this in. Poke this one in. There we go. So for this piece, how was this? I think these have to be out all the way. Yeah, out all the way. And then you can... Oh, no, it doesn't work. It's supposed to... Hey, come on. What am I doing wrong here? This is supposed to fold out. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, I saw what I did wrong. You have to first fold this out. You have to bring this entire piece fold out first. Then, because there's a hinge here, fold this up. And then you can pop this out, pop up. Then doing this feeds the helmet through. Fold these up to line up these pieces so that this connects like so, and then bring this assembly down. And then you have to line these pieces up to the little ports that are in here, like so. Like so. Make sure everything's all lined up. Gotta finagle it a little bit. Okay. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Now it's getting it. Ah. Oh, I was able to do this no problem off camera. Come on. Come on. Come on. I didn't get this much trouble before. Peg into place, peg into place. Bring this up. And line everything up. There we go. There we go. I think I'm getting it. Okay, and then next up, you release the arms, fold up, and then this fold in like so. Fold in like so. And after a little bit more work than I expected, and the pin keeps falling out. Come on, don't do that. So, I forgot what was the name of that rule, but how everything just starts messing up once you're filming. So yeah, now I think I got everything lined up. Go, there we go. And yeah, got it. So yeah, this is now Springer in his robot mode. And this is my favorite mode out of this figure. This to me is the best part of this figure. This looks very, very nice. It's not my favorite version of Springer, but it's a close second, to be honest. It is very G1 accurate. This is more like an updated version of his G1 accurate, and also has quite a bit of articulation. So first, let's get a close look at that head sculpt, and yeah, that's a very Springer face. Very nice, nice painted eyes, painted details, very nice. I really dig this, barring the little technical difficulties. It's a very, very nice looking and very functional figure. So yeah, his articulation is ball joint at the head, a little bit of a hinge there. In, out, 360, if you got the clearance for it. He can go 360, oh no he can't. This little hinge can only go 180. Seems like, yeah, it can't do the full 360, but it has that range almost. You have a hinge there, swivel there, bend at the elbow, and a swivel at the ankle. Wait, I'm out of it. I mean, wrist. He's got a wrist articulation. He has a waist swivel, which is nice. Either his legs can go out that far, forward, back, swivel at the thigh, and a nice, very nice bend at the knee, as well as an ankle and foot articulation. Although, be very careful again, the pin that holds them seems to be very loose. Again, that could just be mine. Maybe I just had bad luck. But it is just, buyer beware. There we go. So yeah, he has quite a lot of articulation. which is very, very impressive. And now let's get on to his accessories, which is all this stuff. Now you can do so much with this. I like the whole the options you have with working with this, because you can store it away on his back like so. Let me show you it's stored away. And then you can just have him on his shoulders. So this is one sort of configuration you can work with, like so. This is one configuration I like. Swords away, and obviously you can have him just hold all the weapons. He can, but I don't particularly like doing that. At least that's not my preferred way of displaying him. So the other way I like, so there's this one, which I like. I also like putting the cannons on his arms, since you have a port there for it. But then the other way I like is something that reminds me of another character. I think there was like another version of Springer that did do this, but this reminds me of another character. Is you make the rotor blade. I think it's Blackout. This kind of reminds me of the movie Blackout. And you take this off. You combine it to form his cannon, the big cannon, and then you just put it on his arms. So this is the other configuration. This is my preferred configuration for this figure, and that is the propeller shield. Well, propeller shield, and the massive arm cannon. So yeah, that's it. You can do whatever you want. Again, there's so many options with this figure, which I do like. I think that overall is my favorite part of this figure, is the amount of accessories and just what you can do with them. Thanks to all of the ports that he can have. So yeah, very, very cool. Very like it. Overall, very nice figure. Oh, before we get to that, let's get to size comparisons. Here we have Ratchet and Cliff Jumper. There you go. So yeah, final thoughts. Overall, very nice, solid figure. I have a lot of likes about it, but I do have some negatives along with it. I'm not a fan of the helicopter mode. I think that's the weakest part, even though I feel it's the mode that uses the accessories the best. I like the car mode, but I feel that that one doesn't really utilize the accessories as well. And then you have the robot mode, which to me is the best part of it, with all of the articulations, the overall look, and the great use of accessories. So this basically has the pros from the other two modes all into one. And on top of that, also has a very cool design. I will, however, say that this, as good as this figure is, and again, it is supposed to be G1 accurate, it's not my favorite version of the character. I still prefer the Thrilling 30, an earlier figure, which was from the Thrilling 30 line, that line's Voyager class Springer, which that one felt more like a modern update reimagining of the character, and that one I liked not only the look, but that one I felt had superior alt modes. Both the car mode and especially the helicopter mode looked a lot better than on this figure. However, this figure is going for show accuracy, and I think it did that. So if you prefer that, this is the Springer for you. If you don't, I recommend more the Thrilling 30 version of the character. So yeah, overall, this is a very nice and solid figure. And if you're a big fan of G1 Springer, I think this is the figure that you should get. So yeah, overall, very good figure. Not my favorite, but still a very nice and solid figure. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Voyager class Springer. This is Composite Enerjoe signing off. Peace out and be safe.